Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Onslaught series SCOURGE. This is a figure that I wasn't really excited for because I figured they weren't going to do a very good job, but I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. He does use some parts that we've seen before, but they're pretty well implemented, and he has a decent amount of paint on him, a decent amount of new sculpt work, a decent amount of accessories, just a pretty good figure overall. I'm very pleased with the general aesthetic of the figure, and I think most of you guys will be too, and most of the articulation works pretty well. So let's get into the actual review. So he stands roughly about 16.5 centimeters, which makes him just about 6.5 inches. And you'll notice as far as reused body parts, we don't see a whole lot. The upper legs and the lower legs are pretty much all just the Electro figure, the movie Electro. Same thing with the torso. They don't really look like it though. The way they've been implemented, I think it's been pretty well done. And he's got some new parts on the arms and some old parts, but I think it's okay. I like the way they did it. It doesn't stand out as being Electro. A little bit of paint goes a long way, and this is a good example of that. And it's well executed in general too, so I'm very pleased with that. As far as accessories go, we have this shotgun, which we've seen before. We've seen this particular mold. I'm not sure why it's done in this red color, or brownish red with the red and yellow paint on there. Maybe that's how it is in the comics. I don't know, but we do have that accessory, so if you don't mind the coloring, that's okay. We also get something we've seen before again, which is this knife. It does have red on the handle and black on the blade, so we're getting a little bit of paint work on there, so that's kind of good. And then we have the pistol that we've seen before, but it is included. So that's pretty good. If you don't mind having a red and orange or red and yellow pistol, then that's a good thing, I guess. So we get those accessories. And then on top of that, we also get the harness, which is pretty well done. There's a decent amount of paint on there. You can see the, I guess those are shotgun shells are painted. The buckles are all painted. More shells on this side. Pretty nicely done. Not a huge amount of paint, but it is there. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm a little bit impressed that they actually put some effort into this figure. And as you can see on the body, we have some paint work across the chest here. We have the white and then the silver. Obviously we have the silver shoulder pads with the black spots on there. The elbow pads and the knee pads were both painted. Buckles down here. We have the gunmetal painted around the collar. And then the face itself has a decent amount of paint work on it. So I'm very pleased with this guy overall. Very well done for the most part. So let's go through the articulation and see how he'll be able to be posed. As far as the head, it's pretty stiff. You don't really get much going forward and back. Get a little bit, but not the greatest range, but it is there, so that's pretty good. And of course you have the full swivel. For the shoulders, they only go about perpendicular. They don't go too much higher than that, but I think that's probably going to be good enough. We have the full swivel, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, pretty good range of motion there. Both wrists have a swivel and a hinge, so that shouldn't be a problem for anybody. The ab crunch on this guy goes a little bit back, goes pretty far forward. Full waist swivel, no problems. The hips go all the way forward, pretty far out to the side. Full on thigh swivel, double jointed knee, and a shin swivel. And then for the ankle, we have the hinge. The hinge is pretty limited due to the pants, which we've seen that problem before, unfortunately. So the hinge isn't that great, but we do get the ankle rocker. And even though it throws it off at an angle, you can swivel it at the shin to give you the appropriate ankle rocker. So overall, it's pretty darn good. I'm very happy with it. If you want to, you can remove the harness. So I'm really pleased with it. I think they did a pretty good job with it. It's not a fantastic figure, but it's definitely acceptable, and it's a step in the right direction for Marvel Legends. So I'm going to say I recommend it. It's pretty nice overall. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.